and one of the two families had to have told a friend, and that would be in the media by now. I don't believe pregnancy does that. I just think
Okay.
that there's too many people that that would know of that happening for it not to be out in like known knowledge where it's actually a sad fact at this point.
Well, thank you,
It's
man.
so far fetched that like that picture is their sonogram picture. Like that is so far fetched. Trust me, I believe in I'm a big conspiracy guy. I look past a lot of things, but that is just way too far out to believe. Now, could
Thank
she
you,
have
man.
been pregnant? Yeah, absolutely. But I think we would know that by now as it's
Yeah, I think we're gonna.
not.
If she was at all, I think we'd find out on the autopsy.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt, we'll definitely find that out. I mean, we're all going to be watching some type of documentary on this on Netflix
Oh yeah,
in a
they already
year or
talked
two,
about that. They
anyway.
said it
So,
on CNN. They were like, "Wouldn't be surprised if there's
yeah,
something out." But thank you so much for your call, man. I appreciate it.
yeah, absolutely. Keep up the
Thanks.
good work. Thanks.
You too. Okay, one more call. I may open the calls after I get through updating you guys about the new stuff. There's something else that came out. At 3 o'clock, which is 50 minutes from now, I have to get off because I'm supposed to do an interview. We'll see if it happens or not. If it's with a different story, and if I do it, I'll be uploading a pre-recorded video. So definitely look out for that. It's gonna be. I think it'll be interesting. Now, thanks, Momo. Sent me this Brian Enton. So here's a couple of things. Right, there was. Let me just read this real quick. Actually, um, so the Gabby Petito's family attorney demanded that the Laundry family attorney remove Gabby's picture from Yelp. They sent a cease and desist. I mean, I don't know how, and I'm gonna get to the super chat soup, but I don't know how, if that's even a thing that you can send a cease and desist for public pictures. And I'm not for the Laundry family or attorney at all, but I'm just saying, um, objectively, and they gave him until 2 p.m. And so it says here, the Petito and Smith family are demanding that you remove Gabby Petito's picture from your Yelp page. The web page is so and so. The family tried to remove their daughter's picture from your page and were informed that only the business owner can add or remove pictures. Furthermore, the Petito and Schmidt family demand that you cease and desist posting pictures of Gabby Petito to any and all of your social media pages, web pages, or advertisements in an effort to gain business. I'm sure this will be taken care of by 2 p.m. while we'll take further action. So apparently there's a response now, right? Start here. Laundry attorney Stephen Bertolino responds to Petito family attorney. This is sad. I have never used social media or any other electronic platform for advertising other than maintaining a website. I do not control the internet site nor the hacks and public that have been overrunning the internet with fake comments and posts. Yesterday, Yelp had to shut down its page for my firm due to its inordinate and unconfirmed posts. I would certainly agree with Mr. Stafford that any such post is sorry. I would certainly agree with Mr. Stafford that any such post he is referring to should be removed, but advise him that I have no control over that Yelp site. So I don't know if there's somebody else running it or not. This whole thing is a whole fiasco. Now it's this whole kind of going back and forth with this Twitter Yelp page. And by the way, the Laundry's family attorney, Stephen Bertolino, I saw the page. I don't know if it's still up now. Maybe it got taken down. But I was looking at it last night. Like the internet and the web, they were bombing the. I mean, I was like, oh crap, like, they're not playing. You know what I'm saying? They're really going in. Last caller, sorry, let me take that call. Just wanted to give that update. 407, and thank you for holding. 407, how you doing? Where you calling from?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, this is Jody. I'm calling from Orlando, Florida.
Hi, welcome. Thanks for calling.
Thanks for having the show. I really got into these cases back in, I don't remember if it was 2018 with the Chris Watts situation.
Mm,
I followed it from the beginning. I remember seeing
that was
this
a crazy
come
story.
up, I know, right away. And he gives me this similar vibe of Chris Watts, the whole trying to seem very calm and collected. He's like mastered that. Uh, but I was questioning his sanity, and obviously she was honest about her anxiety. And when she said that he was trying to take the keys and telling her to calm down, if you have anxiety, I suffer from anxiety. That would cause me to kind of not act 100%, especially being that age. She's my daughter's age, or was my daughter. Um, I just feel really bad for the family and seeing how this is unfolding. The father did ask for help from the media, from whoever. I believe that's why so many people kind of like gave it a second look or just followed up with it.
Mm,
From the beginning, the witnesses should have been followed up with the cops at least to confirm if she's okay. Because at that point, she was sobbing. She seemed so um, overwhelmed by everything that was going on in the video with police. Why would she call the police if something did happen after that? If they were siding with him or saying that she was the aggressor, if something did happen within those 10 days or 2 weeks or whatever time was um,
right.
in between that. And then when he did come back, they did say he right away lawyered up. And obviously, he knew they were going to find the body. Then he disappears. The parents are telling the police that he went to this one place and that he left with a bag. I wouldn't trust what the parents said. People were trusting that the cops were at least keeping an eye on him. If not, I think the family would have had a private detective follow, or you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, it's kind of sad. Uh, but I feel since he saw the media was kind of speaking up, the eyewitnesses of other calls that were coming in, and that's when I think he said, I gotta go. And I don't think that he is where the parents said he was, because they weren't
Mm,
honest from the beginning. Why would they be now?
right.
And he
Well,
might
thank you.
even be waiting for the autopsy report to then make a decision if they have anything on him or not. If
Mm,
if he is that type of thinker, you know what I mean?
right.
So
Well,
I
thank
just
you.
wanted to mention that, and I'm happy that everybody comes together in situations like that.
Right. Thank you. I appreciate your
Yeah.
call and thank you for watching.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
Bye. Okay, so I've cleared up the calls for now. I wanted to talk about a couple of things. Thank you for everybody that called. Um, a couple of things I want to talk about. I may open it up a little bit or not. At 3, I have to go. Um, let's talk about this real quick. So supposedly this was an article that came out today, this morning. Brian Laundrie reportedly shared cryptic messages on Pinterest. Now, I don't know about this stuff, right? Like, as far as like, did he knowingly previously do these kind of things and this sending a message? Maybe, maybe not. I do know with a previous story, unrelated, there was a girl, a missing woman. It's just to briefly, it's a local story. She was living with her parents. She was like 20 something years old, and they were in the Mormon religion. And uh, I believe we didn't know what happened at first, but she went missing. It's believed that she left on her own. She even picked up her phone, supposedly texted 3 of her closest friends, and then disconnected her phone again. Um, but what I believe was happening, part of the issue was her sexuality and her possibly being into women. And before I had confirmation, and I can't say how I got it, there was things on Pinterest that you could see, and even on her Instagram, that kind of pointed to that. And it was really unfortunate because she wanted, I guess, somebody to talk to, somebody to understand her. And I guess she didn't have that. And then that's a very strict religion. Even though they say they're open to that, Mormons have a very long history of just kind of craziness. And so, anyway, with that story, she had little bits and things like this on the internet that you could find. And then I actually confirmed it. I had people call me. That's part of the reason of what it was. But anyway, so just to say that doesn't mean that it can't be anything. Sometimes maybe it is. Gabby Petito's missing boyfriend, Brian Laundrie, apparently shared cryptic and foreboding images and messages on Pinterest, including one last month that read, "Don't try to find me. I have finally escaped my master's wicked clutches." Closer. A 23-year-old who has been named a person of interest in the Long Island native's homicide appeared to post under the account at B Laundry 1197, although it has not been confirmed. which I pulled up that account as well. But the news outlet noted that the account shares albums with a page belonging to the laundry slaying girlfriend and apparently also his mother, Roberta. Social media sleuths who have, I don't even know how to say it, opined about their theories and shared their online discoveries about the mystery have focused their attention on Pinterest, where laundry apparently pinned a post titled "The Opposite of Lost," the outlet said. It says, "Don't try to find me. I have finally escaped my master's wicked clutches," reads the post with an image of a purple and pink clouds that appears to have originated from a missing dog flyer in Oregon, in 2006, according to the Sun. They're going to kill me with the pronunciations. But there's this post here, "The Opposite of Lost. Don't try to find me." I was looking on his Pinterest. I couldn't find it, but I'm sure it's there. There's so many posts on there, so I didn't have time to look through all of it before I came on. To others, I say, join me. Bite the hand that feeds you. Viva la libertad. Pierre, it adds. It was unclear when the item was posted. Another post in the folder titled "My Heart" contains a quote from the 1999 movie Fight Club, which I saw that reads, "It's only after we've lost everything that we're free to do anything." About 5 weeks ago, a post in a folder titled "Bleak" referred to the book Burnout, or Burnt Out, How to Cope with Autistic Burnout, according to the news outlet. So just all these little kind of weird quirks that are popping out. Burnt with Zine, How to Cope with Autistic. I don't know. Could it be connected? Could it not? I have no idea. Let me refresh this real quick. Oh, the boat theory. Oh, and I got to show you guys the this woman too. What I'm trying to do with the lives is like I'm trying to bring everything condensed if possible. And then we do calls too as well sometimes, but just all the information condensed. And I talked about this a little bit earlier. I showed you guys that clip. The theory, which is gaining traction on Twitter, appears to be born out of a unfounded claim that laundry went live on Instagram for a matter of seconds on Monday. I should have asked some of the callers about that. A clip circulating on Twitter appears to show a body of water in the side of a green vessel before abruptly putting out. Viewers in the clip are attempting to claim that laundry accidentally went live on Instagram before realizing and hastily cutting off the feed. Let me show you the clip from this also supposedly the person that reportedly saw Brian.
And he was very on August 26th. So I saw Brian Laundrie in his van.
You're going to be on camera and you're on live.
So I already reported to the FBI what I had seen.
Yeah, you're good coming in.
And I wasn't 100% sure, but now there's dash cam footage of the van where I saw it. I'm 100% certain that I did see him from his van. And he was very kind of awkward and confused, and it was just him. There was no Gabby, but that's only because as a van lifer, I was checking out the van, and I was checking out to see if it was a couple or a solo dude. So it was a solo dude, as far as I could see, unless she was in the back somewhere. But when I pulled up, he was driving still. So I was like, hey, what are you going to do? Are you going to get over, or are you going to let me pass? Because it's only one car width of a road. And he kind of pulled over like halfway and made me drive out of the road to go around him. So I thought it was just really weird. And for a timeline, it was parked on the 26th, I believe. So I saw
26, what? August 26th, 8:10. Continued to see the van until August 29th. Somebody here commented that kind of made me laugh. It has the most likes. It says, "Why are there so many people connected to this case? What I feel like everyone is connected with the show Lost."
If you go on YouTube, you'd actually be able to hear me.
Watch it
on my YouTube. Watch it. My voice would be over his.
Let me read some of the super chats. I'm sorry I didn't, because of the calls. I didn't get to the super chats.
I mean, it's cool seeing these people do it. And I'm like, not a lot of people do it. So why not try to get in on this?
Thank you for the
And now everyone left me.
Check out the post article on the Pinterest account. Thank you, Terry. We just did that. I think that was from earlier though. Lakeside. So I read these. So why is there a dive team out? Did this on Twitter. Ivy. I haven't watched it. So again, thank you.
This is a video I threw together quickly this evening, so apologies for the production quality.
Can't hear anything on this.
One of my all-star subscribers, Chaos C, posted a comment this afternoon asking me to take Tetons in Wyoming on August 27th, and they had their GoPro dash cam recording and just happened to pass by Gabby Petito's van that was parked off to the side of the road. After posting the video online, some extremely observant viewers of this video noticed that there was a person in the bushes down the road from the van. Some have speculated that there are 2 people seen near the bushes and have further speculated that it is possibly Gabby and her fiancé Brian Laundrie fighting it out. I'll start out here by playing you the important part of the video at normal speed. When the video starts playing, focus in on the far left side of the screen between the trees where I have circled on this image. As the video continues, you'll see Gabby's van parked on the left side of the road further down.
Fight, I'll go to the this guy's live just had it, so like probably last hour. Filter, let's just say today. I was just on this dude's stream that he was literally looking up clues about this that led me to. There we go, him right here.
Alrighty. Appreciate that.
Thought was like they were displeased.
Yeah, this lady right here.
Yeah,
could be speculation. It's not confirmed.
So
definitely don't take this for fact.
Together that we saw, not only saw.
I'm gonna skip past the parts we saw, okay?
But saw like a blowout of a situation between Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie in Wyoming when we were there.
Just let it ride.
I'm freaking the fuck out. I did not put 2 and 2 together that this happened. Like, I don't know.
Thank you, Robert.
So I'm following this case.
On the
Matt's
27th.
not. He's a guy. He has other shit going on. He could probably care less. I'm filling him in on this case a couple days ago, and I guess maybe he Googled it and saw a picture of Brian. Matt has an insane photographic memory. And so for 2 days now, he's like, I fucking know that guy Brian. Like, I don't know how, but I know this guy Brian. Like, I've seen him before. When Matt says that, anyway, we were in Wyoming. So Matt woke up this morning and he's freaking out. And he's like, oh my God, I know how he looks familiar. Nina, we saw them in Wyoming. They were the couple fighting at the restaurant. We were at this restaurant, you guys. Friday, August 27th, 1 p.m.
1 p.m.
Sitting right next to them. They got kicked out of the restaurant and were fighting with the hostess. They were fighting with the hostess. She was hysterically crying. And she walked out and she was crying and she was staying on the sidewalk, and I was watching the whole thing unfold. And he walked back in the restaurant and he's fighting with the hostess, and I didn't know what happened. I don't even know if they got kicked out, but they like left abruptly. And like she was standing on the sidewalk crying, and he walked back in and was like screaming at the hostess, and then walked back out, and then he walked back in like 4 more times to talk to the manager and to like tell the hostess off.
Sounds mad that he is.
All right, I'm calming down and I'm going to try to speak more clearly. I don't even know if they're uploading or if they're uploading in order.
The police probably have video, but if the restaurant has it,
right now I'm having like an out of body.
It's probably not with us because we're just regular citizens.
Like,
but
it just like left
anything they were probably doing up until her death is probably being sent to the FBI to be sorted out, and we'll see later on the trial. So
but Matt, like,
that's probably why we have no video of it right now.
Could not drop it, and then it just like clicked this morning. He woke up out of bed and he was like screaming bloody murder, and he was like, oh my God, I know, I remember it was them in the restaurant, and it just like, I felt like my blood like left my body. I was like, oh my God, like you're right, like it was them.
Damn, yeah, that's crazy.
It's just crazy. It feels surreal. Like now I feel, I don't know, just, it was weird. And I remember oh my God. Okay, so I'm gonna try to go like more into detail now. I just wanted to get like the general, just like so fucking weird. Next to us, like right fucking next to us. And we were both sitting right by the hostess stand, right by the front door. I went to the bathroom.
Since the police stopped, I've not seen it. I've only seen hysterical women talking about memories.
First, like,
yeah, I'm pretty sure he tags, what's it called? They were last seen on August 24th. So, yeah, I think the police stop happens like on the 12th. If we're being, like, what's it called? Gabby Petito, police, whatever. Body cam, I'm gonna see if the body cam has a date. Yeah, it's on the 12th. And
driver is showing some.
what's it called? She's seen for 2 more weeks after that, pretty much. So, I mean, yeah, it is all other people's just accounts. Let's see her Instagram. Maybe she has a photo of herself. I would just have like proof of life. And she also talked to her parents, since so the parents claim. I watched the Dr. Phil interview with the father. And so backwards. This is the official Dr. Phil interview from 2 days ago with the father. So, yeah, we found out on Sunday where the body was. So this was probably filmed day of, if not day before, because this came out on the 20th, and they're still looking for her. Even the trip house. Yeah, but okay, let's hear what because the father said he spoke on the phone with her since the 12th. He said on the 21st, I'm pretty sure, he spoke on the phone with his daughter. They were working on something with her website.
So when she uses the term OCD, you think she's using that in just common parlance, not diagnostically?
Yeah, it's not like she was ever diagnosed with OCD or any other issues where she needed medication for or anything like that. Never. You know, it's
lies. I mean, media can lie, don't get me wrong, but I don't think the father would lie about when he last spoke to his daughter.
I wasn't, and that's not something you're going to tell your dad. Because if you tell your dad something like I said, I'm going to fix it. I'm an overprotective dad. If I find my daughter's upset, I'm going to come out there real quick.
I mean, he has nothing to gain or lose from saying when the last time he spoke to her on the phone was.
That's why it's hard for me to bring myself to watch the whole thing. Because when I see my daughter like that.
And plus, they're the ones that filed the police report initially to find her, so.
To be honest,
I don't think he's lying, because he's been consistent about his dates.
Right now, problem number 1 is get Gabby home, right?
Yeah, see, he's still. We find that out on the 19th.
All that stuff doesn't matter, because I talked to her afterwards.
Confirmed on the 20th.
Afterwards. I FaceTimed her, you know, all this stuff. And she was working really hard, really, really hard on that website. So, I get stresses and all this stuff, but nah, something like that, you're not going to tell your pop.
Right. And I'm looking at it from the standpoint of having been trained as a forensic psychologist. I'm trying to see if there's anything that would explain leading up to her disappearance. I'm trying to see if there's anything that you see that's a red flag that I might need to see that would explain what would get her so upset that she would go off on her own. And I'm trying to wrap my head around how Brian would drive all of these days back across the country, having left with your daughter and returning without her and not saying anything about it. What do you say to yourself about that? I'm trying to wrap my head around and not saying anything about it. What do you say to yourself about that?
It's not even his van. I
mean,
say a lot of things that aren't appropriate.
Claimly, yeah. Last day anyone has seen her, that I've heard, is the 27th.
Well, let's talk about those.
He was returned supposedly on the 1st, so to do a cross-country trip, after watching what's it called, a Mr. Beast video, it takes about like 40-something hours to go from North Carolina to California. So the first is about a decent time to come back.
What happened with the van? Did you clean it? Did your parents help you clean it? Did they help cover up a crime?
The batteries chunk left him stranded in the park. He drove back with the car, and
you stole a car over across.
Yeah, like the father just said.
Can you be arrested for that?
He did take a car without her from the West Coast all the way back home to Florida and parked it with his parents' house, which the police then went and took. It was her car, not his. So I mean, that is kind of like a stolen vehicle right there.
Well, I guess he was home on the 1st, right? So
I mean,
at minimum,
when they find what's it called, their cell phone records, they'll be able to trace their movements across the country.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's
and Gabby's phone too, because they'll find the body and then find her phone not with it.
Well, there was another text message to her mom on the 30th.
So like it could, what's it called, crucify Brian if it's always pinging together and her body was left there and
we thought it was
Grand Teton, or wherever it was left.
So there's this
the car would have had to travel through a bad hurricane on August 31st.
What were the last
I didn't think about that. I don't recall.
We were
the weather
on her website. You know, she was telling me about the trip, where she was going,
I mean,
and all this other stuff.
I'm from New Jersey, so it's drivable in hurricanes. I don't know about Florida. Florida hurricanes could be different. They're actually real tropical storms / hurricanes. Plus, it is a nice, sturdy van. It's not like a sedan or...
For nomadic static that she was doing, so I'm not a techie guy.
I mean, a Jeep could get through a...
I sat down.
I wouldn't want to drive a Jeep in a hurricane, but it could get through a hurricane. I'd rather drive that van that they had.
And we were just laughing, having a good time.
September 1st.
Trying to make it work. It was frustrating
Let's see.
Start when we couldn't get the email to work, but we got it.
Oh yeah, wait. You just said that, September 1st.
That was on the 20th. Couldn't get the email to work, but we got it.
Okay, and that was when?
That was on the 21st of August.
Last time he talked to her.
We talk once, twice a week. Her mom speaks to her 2-3 times a week. My son talks to her, a couple times a week. So, it's always someone talking to her, and you're like, oh no, I haven't, and you don't think anything. You just travel in the country.
And what part of Florida is he from? Let's see. I think they said Sarasota County.
Live here at the scene of
weather in Florida. Let's say August 31st, because he would have been probably in the state. 2021 Sarasota. Alright. Okay. Am I matching this up right? Isn't the first on the Wednesday? Let's go September. Oh, okay, no. I was looking at August, yeah. Alright. No, yeah. So we're looking down here. It could have just been him. Good time in the... I get what you're saying. I don't think it actually... You can only see the temperatures, but if it's... Does that hurricane in 90... Damn. I want to move to Florida so bad. Select my YouTube page, help me get there. But, let's see. I can't tell. Oh, hurricane tracker, right? Is it Peter? And these are current hurricanes in Florida. I got nothing to do today, guys. But keep the what's it called? Comments coming. Florida, September 2021. Alright, bet. There's what's it called? The ones in Larry. Oh, okay. Here we go. This is dated August 25th, 2021. So we're talking about the same week here. We're thinking about it. We're claiming she dies here. This report's given out here. No, see, no hurricanes would have. Okay, what's up? 30% chance. So I don't think any. There were hurricanes, just a little bit after. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, here's one right here. So it would have been Larry. No, actually, yeah, it was a tropical storm called Larry. He still could drive in a hurricane, especially if you're going from West Florida to East Florida. By the time, I mean, you're right, September 1st. Right here when they say he gets back. 11 a.m. Holy crap, you're right. This guy came back in the middle of a hurricane. Yeah, this dude came back just as a hurricane. So he beat the hurricane actually. This is September 1st at 11:35 a.m. It was. Oh, okay. Hey, I'm just talking to the chat. What's up? Right now, 4. This guy makes a really good point that what's his name, Brian, coming back in the middle of a hurricane. Yo. Hello? Alright, hold on, I'm coming. I see you, John. He's going from Atlanta to Tampa Bay. So I mean, it's very much he's very much in the clear when it comes to weather, and he beat it right before, let's say, the what's it called, hurricane would have done anything. So with that, let me put a video on while I go grab my friends. Oh yeah, here's a perfect timeline.
Petito never goes outside.
I hate when stuff.
July 2nd, exactly 1 year before a life-changing road trip would begin, Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie announced their engagement online. On Instagram, a picture of their first date. Gabby writing, "Brian asked me to marry him, and I said yes." 1 day later, Brian posting, "Till death do us part. I'm so happy." The answer was yes. Then there was the van. The 22-year-old and 23-year-old purchasing a vehicle across country, a white 2012 Ford Transit. New van means new adventures. And it would all begin on July 2nd, 2021, from the hamlet of Blue Point in Suffolk County on Long Island, where Gabby and Brian were visiting her parents, celebrating her brother's high school graduation. July 4th, on the road in their new home, outfitted for camping and cooking, the couple snapped photos at Monument Rocks in Scott City, Kansas. Then to Colorado. 2 nights at the campsites at the Great Sand Dunes National Park and Reserve with sand surfing. Next stop, Utah. After leaving Colorado and getting stuck in a dust storm, the couple spent 3 nights in Zion National Park, hiking and pitching a picture-perfect campsite. From Zion to Cedar Breaks National Monument to Bryce Canyon National Park. The couple taking pictures and videos near the edge of the cliffs.
I love the van.
A few days later, Gabby posting photos from Mystic Hot Springs. Then hiking barefoot through Canyonlands National Park. After that, 12 days go by.
You watch the, what's it called?
Thursday, August 12th.
The Missing Girl stuff? Gabby Petito?
Before.
I'm watching it from my Mac.
Arches National Park.
So I can see all the comments and stuff while I do
Waited
this.
in a short line for someone to take their photo. Later, camping in Devil's Garden. But August 12th, things would take a turn.
Currently doing 45 miles an hour. Zone through here is 25. Oh! Subject just hit the curb.
Officers called to reports of a disorderly conduct encountered Gabby and Brian in Moab City, Utah.
What's your guys' names?
Gabby.
Gabby, Brian, okay.
Brian tells police Gabby got frustrated because she was trying to start a blog. She had been working on it for hours. He says they got into a fight when he got in the van with dirty feet.
She just got worked up because we were trying to get going and get our day going because we want to go hike arches before the summer.
Gabby explains to officers she has anxiety and OCD.
Some days I have really bad OCD.
Brian is determined to be the victim and pleads with officers to not press charges.
I'm fine, and I love Gabby. I hope she doesn't have too many complaints about me.
Police ask the two to separate for the night. They take Brian to a hotel and give Gabby the keys to the van. The next day, Brian posts photos tagged in Arches National Park and then in Moab. A week after the altercation, Gabby posts, but it's unclear where the couple is in terms of location. She also posts her first and only YouTube video for her blog. It appears to chronicle the couple's relationship and travels. On August 25th, Gabby posts her last Instagram post, writing, "Happy Halloween," posing with a pumpkin in front of a mural outside the Monarch, a venue in Ogden, Utah, north of Salt Lake City. And then there's this. Jen Bethune says this video was taken in Teton County on 27th August around 6 p.m. And it shows a van that looks identical to Gabby's, but police have not confirmed it is hers. 2 days later, on the 29th of August,
my boyfriend and I picked up Brian.
A woman claims to pick up a hitchhiker from Coulter Bay Village, south of Grand Teton.
He approached us asking us for a ride because he needed to go to Jackson, which we were going to Jackson that night.
This happened about 5:30 p.m. After seeing social media videos, she now identifies that person as Brian.
I'm hoping this can help someone identify him.
Yo,
On August 30th, Gabby's mother receives a text from
alright, I'm back, guys. All 5 viewers. It takes 1 day to go from Nashville to Tampa Bay. What? No way. Isn't Nashville in Florida? Yeah. That doesn't do. Maybe like a few hours. I did the whole Keys in 1 day, up and back.
She's reported missing by her parents on Long Island on September.
And that's like a few hundred miles.
The van is processed for evidence at the home.
Alright.
With Brian.
You can set up the TV.
Brian does not
It's in the other room.
police or to the FBI. Then on September 15th, Brian is named a person of
Oh, you got nothing to roll with, do
Police chief
you?
of Northport pleading with the Laundry family to speak to them.
Why do you say
They do not
something?
realize
I always assume you just bring them.
the next day.
I don't know.
2 people went on a trip, 1 person returned. That person that returned isn't providing.
Does he speak on this? No one cares about this.
Have you seen Chris White leaving Savage Squad?
Yo, that show's
and
crazy.
Exposing Nick Briz?
That show's crazy.
No, what was that?
He gets paid for.
And for more on this, Nancy Grace is the host of Crime Stories on Fox Nation. And Nancy, as this news happens just as we are right here live on air in Northport, Florida, searching the home again. There's so much to ask you. Let's just get your take on what they might be looking for at the home.
Well, number one, with all of the press and citizens outside the home, how did laundry get out and nobody noticed? That place has been staked out 24/7.